Welcome to this service for London Liverpool Street. We will be calling at Diss, Stowmarket, Ipswich, Manningtree, Colchester, Stratford and London Liverpool Street. Welcome to this service.
Good morning everybody, I am Sarah with the trains, and today you find me at Manningtree ready to head off on a journey exploring the Mayflower Line. Manningtree is the first stop on the Mayflower Line, which connects the Great Eastern Main Line to Harwich. Manningtree Station was opened in 1846 by the Eastern Union Railway. It was later taken over by the Great Eastern Railway, who rebuilt it between 1899 and 1901 to a design by architect W.N. Ashby, who was the architect who also designed Trimley, where we've visited before, and consequently I'll put a little link up to that video. To the east of the station there is a triangle of junctions, north, south and east. These were originally controlled by individual signal boxes, although in 1926, under the LNER, it was replaced by one power signal box. All the junctions were originally double track, but the north-east curve has now been made single track, and that's the branch that goes off to Harwich. Let's have a look and see what there is here at Manningtree Station today. We have got 3 platforms here at Manningtree. We've got these 2 through platforms for services going between Norwich and London. Over here we've got platform 1, which is a little bay platform, and that's for the services that go to Harwich, because this is the western terminus for the Mayflower Line. As you can see, we've got plenty of benches, shelters, railway buildings that are still in use, and we've got a subway that connects platforms 2 and 3. So let's go take a walk over there. To provide level access, there is a lift down to the subway, where there is some rather interesting artwork. Over here we do have a 4th platform, but this isn't in regular passenger use. It could only be used in an emergency really, and only connects to the Ipswich line. At the moment it seems to be used for storing a class 153. We've also got some planters here at Manningtree. We've also got the other end of this 153, which is a Network Rail video inspection unit. Over on platform 2, the railway station building houses a cafe as well as a ticket office. I spy a gradient marker. Oh wow, this bench has a little speaker thing in it to provide a history of the railway line and local area. Does it work?
We're reluctant to propose routes that cross the lands of nearby Mistley Park, a large estate that reached down to the banks of the River Stour.
Oh my goodness,
however,
it does.
In 1845, the owner of Mistley Park died and the estate split up.
Now we've only got about 20 minutes until our train to the next station of the day, which is Mistley, so I'm going to pop back over to the other side of the line and investigate what's over there, which includes toilets. I left home quite late and didn't get to go to the loo at Norwich station, so I'll make use of that. One thing I forgot to mention is that I'm pretty excited today because it's the first time that I get to ride the Class 720s. I've seen them plenty of times before, but this is my first time getting to experience one as a passenger. Out here in the car park we have got a lovely view of the station building. There's also a sign telling you to walk in Constable's footsteps, because we are of course in Constable country. Ooh, a car park based flappy plastic bin. Ooh, the 720 I'm getting to Mistley is just pulling in. Here at the east of the station we have got something very interesting. We have got both an underpass thingy and a normal level crossing with 745 going over it. That's because there is a height restriction on that bridge, so purely in order to enable higher vehicles to get across the line, they've had to put in a level crossing as well. So, just walking through the train, my main issue, because of 3x2 seating, the gangway is quite narrow, so I found myself bumping my bag and indeed my hips as I was walking along. These seats are quite hard. I feel like I'm being too harsh on this train, but maybe I've been spoilt by the flirts. I've used the toilet because there wasn't time to go at the station, but I used the accessible toilet. For an accessible toilet, it's quite small. Again, maybe I've been spoilt by the flirts, I'm not sure. So far, I'm actually not overly impressed with the 720s, but it's only been a little while. I am willing to be proved wrong. I am glad to see the charging point under the seats though. Much like the Stansted Express sets of the 745s, these seats here in this particular arrangement don't have tables, which is great for luggage and stuff, but not so great if you need a table. Also, for some reason, there are pink feathers everywhere. I'm guessing a hen party? We've got the nice Greater Anglia moquette though.
Welcome to this service for Harwich Town. We will be calling at Mistley, Wrabness, Harwich International, Dovercourt and Harwich Town. The next stop will be Mistley.
And we just missed seeing a freight train. We have made it to Mistley. Mistley Station was opened with the line in 1854 by the Eastern Union Railway. We've still got the original station building here that was possibly designed by Frederick Barnes and is Grade 2 listed. I have come across the architecture of Frederick Barnes before. I'm currently trying to remember where. I imagine Narration Sarah has put a little caption up at this point. Goods workings went from the east end of the London-bound platform down to the quayside and were at one time drawn by horses. Goods workings from the down platform went to the local malt works. There was a signal box here at Mistley at the London end of the down platform. It was decommissioned in 1985 and was subsequently moved to the East Anglian Railway Museum. Now let's have a little look round and see what's here at Mistley today. We have got 2 platforms. Over there is the London bound platform, although most of the services through here don't go to London. There are some, but most of them only go to Manningtree. I'm stood on the Harwich bound platform. We've got accessibility ramps for both the 755s and the 720s. As usual, there's benches, and over on platform 1 we've got a brick built waiting shelter. Obviously that is a much more recent addition than the station building. Oh, and if you hadn't already noticed, the line down to Harwich is electrified. As you can see, access between the platforms is a little barrow crossing, so not particularly accessible. I can see that it's quite uneven. Obviously, as always with a barrow crossing, do be careful. Stop, look and listen. It's another one of these little barrow crossings that has a very useful light system to tell you whether it's clear to go or not. We'll have to wait and see if that includes an alarm. Heading out at the station, we've got a ticket machine and a help point, some good old cycle parking and a defibrillator. Oh, the kids at a local school have produced some safety signs. One of them has a giraffe. Do we get a lot of giraffes in Mistley? We've got a lovely sign about the history of Mistley itself, which is always interesting, and what do I see if it isn't a picture of the signal box being moved. The old station building here at Mistley is no longer in use by the railway and is instead a hair and beauty salon. Over there you can see the malt extract works to which I was referring when I was talking about goods workings at the station. Let's have a quick walk and see what there is to see in Mistley. So basically it's brought us to a housing estate and we just went past a nursery school. And with that, let's head back to the station. As that filming of that 720 going through Mistley has confirmed, this does have an alarm. So I've now got about 10 minutes until the train that's going to take us to our next destination of Wrabness. So we have now made it to Wrabness. Wrabness opened with the line in 1854. There were good sidings here at Wrabness at the west end of both platforms. On the up platform it was for local goods services for things such as coal, and on the down platform it was extended to the riverside during World War II to allow for the use of a rail-mounted gun to protect the estuary here. There was a signal box here at Wrabness, but that was decommissioned in 1985, much the same as at Mistley. This was bought by some local enthusiasts and donated to the Colne Valley Railway, where it was recommissioned. Now, although we don't have any remaining station buildings here at Wrabness, let's have a quick look round and see what there is here today. We've got two platforms. Although there was no audio announcement to this effect on the train, they only accommodate 3 of the carriages of the 720s, so make sure you're in the correct ones. There was a little on-screen warning about that, and fortunately I happened to look at the screen as we were pulling into the station, and I was in the last carriage that you could get off at, so that was very fortunate for me. Now, whilst the yellow line has rubbed off, we do have the tactile paving. The platforms here are quite narrow, so beware of that if you come here, because freight does come through the station. We've got the jolly old bus shelter style waiting shelter, as well as the usual benches, and a good old Wrabness sign, which used to have a logo on it, but it's been removed and there's only a little bit of a remnant of that. As you can see, access between the platforms is by a little barrow crossing, so let's head over there and see what's on the other platform. We've got this little brick waiting shelter. Obviously it's not an original part of the station and probably comes from the 1980s. A reasonable amount of benches in here, I think. We've got a ticket machine, a defibrillator, departure screen above a help point, and good old onward travel information. Let's see what buses there are. None. Heading out of the station, we have got the car park, in which there is cycle parking and this wildflower garden. Which smells really lovely because there's loads of lavender plants. The car park here at Wrabness is actually on the site of the old goods yard, which was closed in the 1960s. Got about 20 minutes until a freight train is due to pass through Wrabness, so let's just have a quick little walk up the hill and see what's up here. We have got another little garden here with another one of these things where you can listen to information about the local area. We've also got a Great Western Railway bench, a little bit away from the GWR area, but it's still very nice. There's also this lovely bit of artwork. We've also got 2 different types of signalling at either end of this paved railway track. The end with the semaphore signalling also has a bug hotel in the shape of a locomotive. I've spotted a phone box, but it clearly doesn't work because it's full of flowers. This unusual little building here is a bit of a local landmark. It's called A House for Essex and was designed by artist Grayson Perry, and you can stay there. You can have little holidays in A House for Essex. Very, very quirky indeed. Now standing next to this very quirky building, if we look out that way, you can see the River Stour. That is indeed the Stour estuary. Was 66722 Sir Edward Watkin. I'm pretty sure we've seen Sir Edward Watkin before. I think that was when I was doing a filming at Stowmarket, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna have to look that up, and I'm sure Narration Sarah will put a caption on the screen right now. Now back at Wrabness station, I am ready for my next train of the day, which is going to take us to Harwich International. As you can tell from the name, things come and go from Harwich International internationally. And that brings us to the end of part 1 of travelling the Mayflower Line. Join me next time for part 2, where I head towards Harwich. Will Harwich International be truly international and a cultural melting pot? Will the weather get any better or worse? And will I ever get control over my own hair? Find out in the next Travelling the Mayflower Line video. As always, thanks to everybody so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like, a comment and consider subscribing for more. Extra special shout out to all of my patrons and channel members and everybody who donates to me on Ko-fi. You really do keep this channel going. I'll see you all next time for another railway adventure.
Platform 1 for the 12:37 Greater Anglia service to Manningtree.